This is the Yankees POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the New York Yankees. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Giants take the rubber game of 3 from the Yankees. Afternoon baseball in the Bronx. Once again, final score 5-4. Carlos Rodon got the start for the Bombers. It didn't go very well considering 2 huge mistakes, both to Jung Hoo Lee. Not only 1, but 2 home runs. He drove in 4, and he got Rodon on both those mistakes. As for Jazz Chisholm, he snapped an 0 for 24 with his 5th home run of the season. His last hit came last Sunday, so it's been a week. The Bombers fall to 8-7 on the season. Hello, everyone. I'm Jay Berman. If you're a New Yorker, you might recognize my work. If not, welcome aboard. I've spent more than 2 decades in the biz, everything from TV to web to radio. Hope you can follow me on X at Jay Berman, Jayberman. Welcome to the Locked On Yankees postcast, both on the Locked On Yankees YouTube channel and the Locked On Yankees podcast feed. This episode is brought to you by Monarch Money. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your very first year. As we said, 5-4 the final score. The Giants take 2 of 3. And as we said as well, 2 huge mistakes from Carlos Rodon, who continues to struggle with the long ball. Rodon takes the loss. He's now 1-3. And considering the Yankees are above 500, well, that tells you all you need to know about Rodon's starts. 5 2/3, 3 hits, 4 earned, 3 walks, 8 Ks, and allowed 2 home runs, again, both to Lee. So, in regard to Rodon, the problem isn't the strikeouts. His stuff is excellent. Problem is the home run ball. He's allowed 13 runs over his last 3 starts, 36 home runs, including the 2 today, since 2024. That's the most of any starter in baseball, any pitcher in baseball. Again, 36 home runs since 2024, and that has been the bugaboo for Rodon. Meanwhile, the rest of the Yankees also struggled with walks, specifically Ian Hamilton. And if you were paying attention pregame, Aaron Boone talked about the lack of control amongst the Yankees staff. Another way of putting it, walks. And they had 5 more today. They did, however, strike out 14 Giants. But again, the 2 home runs, the solo shot to make it 3-1, and then the 3-run shot, the dagger, made it 4-3 at that point, and that gave the Giants the lead for good. Logan Webb, he does get the win. However, the ace of the staff of San Francisco wasn't great. 5 innings, 3 earned, did strike out 5. He walked 4. Back to Rodon real quick. Forgot to mention he did throw 100 pitches, so certainly had his chances to bounce back. But again, those 2 killer home runs to Jung Hoo Lee, who, by the way, now has 3 home runs in the series, 3 home runs on the year. All right, frustrating with Rodon, certainly with the walks and certainly with the home runs. Offensively speaking, we told you about Jazz. Snaps an 0 for 24 with a typical right field Yankee Stadium home run. Hey, they all count. This one into the first or second row, but still, it's exactly what Jazz needed. Jazz bumps his average up to 169. His on base, 246. His slugging, 458. Folks, that's even with 5 home runs. Again, he is hitting just 169. No Yankee had more than 1 hit today. Cody Bellinger falls back into an 0 for 4. Anthony Volpe had an 0 for 3. Oswald Cabrera an 0 for 3 as well. Everybody else had at least 1 hit. But again, the damage done by Jung Hoo Lee, who blasts 2 home runs and drives in 4. And again, San Francisco improves to 11-4. In case you didn't realize, that's one of the best teams in baseball coming out of one of the best divisions in baseball. You got the Padres, Dodgers, and Giants all well over 500 in that National League West. So again, tough times for the Yankees If it's not the bats, it's the arms, and they can't seem to put it all together on the same day. The Giants are 11-4, 7-2 away. Yanks, as we said at the top, are 8-7, and now 5-4 at home. And the task gets no easier for the Yankees with 3 games against old rival Kansas City. The Royals are in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We do have some injury updates. We do have some probable starters that we'll get to coming up. But again, a frustrating afternoon for the Yankees, specifically with Rodon, who is an enigma, if you will. Can't seem to figure out. The stuff is there. The K stuff is there. He struck out 8 again, but he continues to walk guys in key spots and then continues to give up blasts after those walks. So again, key walks, he had 3 of them today. And then the long ball, once again, both to Lee. He did throw, as we said, 100 pitches. Mark Leiter Jr., Ian Hamilton, and Tim Hill did the job to keep the Yankees close. However, San Francisco pushed a run across in the top of the 7th, courtesy of a Paul Goldschmidt error, which proved to be costly because Jazz's home run in the bottom of the 8th got the Yankees to within 1, 5-4, but that's as close as they would get. Aaron Judge came up with 2 out in the 9th inning and struck out. Judge, by the way, now hitting .357, did have a hit on the day. But again, every starter struck out at least once for the Yankees, with the exception of Oswald Cabrera. The Yankees struck out 9 times today. Anthony Volpe struck out twice. That's it from the offensive side. Again, Rodon struggled, and we need to fix Rodon. Not exactly sure how, because the stuff is there. Not sure if it's a mental lapse, if he's in pain somehow. But again, he's pitching well enough to win and then doing exactly what he needs to do to lose. That's exactly what he did today. As we said, 5 2/3, and he was pretty good for most of them. The first home run he gave up to Lee wasn't exactly a bomb, but again, he cost his team courtesy of the gopher ball. As we said, Lee's 2 home runs. The second one was a 3-run shot and an absolute killer. All right, as we said, we have to get to the notes and quotes section of the postcast. We also have to get to the schedule and the probables. We'll do that next, right here on the Yankees postcast. Looking for a snack that's both delicious and nutritious? Well, crack into a good source of protein with Wonderful Pistachios. Wonderful Pistachios, one of the highest protein nuts. Each 1-ounce serving has 6 grams of protein, giving you over 10% of your daily value. Plus, they're packed with fiber and better-for-you unsaturated fats to help keep you feeling fuller longer. Personally, I love the no shells variety. It's the perfect grab-and-go snack for busy days. Whether I'm snacking at my desk, on a road trip, or just need a quick protein boost, well, they're always my go-to. And if you love cracking open every shell for that satisfying crunch, the in-shell options are a classic favorite. Get snacking, get cracking with a snack that packs a protein punch. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more. All right, next up is Monarch Money. Ever check your bank account and wonder, where did all my money go? Well, between dining out, online shopping, and entertainment, it's easy to lose track. That's where Monarch Money comes in, your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app, it's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place, so you stop just managing your money and start building wealth. Surprising insights. Well, when I started using Monarch, I realized just how much I was spending on food delivery. You know it. Now I budget smarter and save more. Also, instead of juggling multiple apps, you can use Monarch to check your finances, track spending, and even plan long-term goals. Easy collaboration while managing money with your partner is smoother than ever. You can track shared and personal accounts, set goals, stay on the same page without the stress. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONMLB for half off your very first year. All right, 5-4 the final score, second segment of the postcast as we take you through this Sunday afternoon. Again, 5-4. The 11-4 Giants take 2 of 3 from the Yankees. Yanks are now 8-7, and considering the start, if you recall, 3 games against Milwaukee to begin the season, one that featured many long balls. Well, it's a far cry from where the Yankees are now, specifically the starting rotation. We know about Max Fried, who's just been wonderful through his first 3 starts. Not worried there. He's the ace of the staff with no Garrett Cole. But Carlos Rodon, at this point in time, I guess we'll call him the 2, but his season ERA is now nearly 5.5. It's 5.48 after allowing 4 more earned runs today. Rodon has allowed 13 runs over his past 3 starts. 36 home runs since the beginning of last season, the most in Major League Baseball. All right, notes and quotes. Marcus Stroman got a cortisone shot in his knee. That's to help get some of the swelling out. The MRI was okay. Aaron Boone says, hopefully he's not out for too long. Clark Schmidt will indeed make his season debut on Wednesday. We'll get to the probables coming up. But again, Clark Schmidt lined up to make his season debut on Wednesday at home under the lights against Kansas City. How about this? Good news from Giancarlo Stanton. He is with the team in New York. If you saw him, he's in the dugout. He continues to hit off the tee. Stanton is also, quote, starting to move around more outside, according to Aaron Boone. So again, Stroman, cortisone shot. Schmidt pitching Wednesday. Stanton hitting balls off the tee. All excellent news. As for the probable starters for Kansas City, Monday will be Carlos Carrasco versus Seth Lugo. Tuesday will be Max Fried against Michael Wacha. And Wednesday will be, again, Clark Schmidt against Chris Bubich. But again, 3 with Kansas City, and that's a good team, led by, obviously, their all-star Bobby Witt. All right, after the 3 games with Kansas City, it's back out on the road. You wonder if that might be a safer place for the Yankees these days. Tampa, well, that's a safe place. That's the Yankees AAA, or at least spring training home. 3 with Tampa Bay beginning on Thursday. 4 with Tampa beginning on Thursday through Sunday, then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of the following week in Cleveland. All right, 5-4 the final score as the Yanks lose to the Giants. Ben Rice had a hit. Aaron Judge had a hit. Paul Goldschmidt had a hit. Jazz Chisholm, Jason Dominguez, and J.C. Escarra all had hits. Problem was, it wasn't enough. As we said, Yanks lose 5-4. A huge 3-run shot from Jung Hoo Lee in the 6th inning of Carlos Rodon proved to be, well, we'll call it the game winner, even though the Giants would add on another run, and that proved to be the insurance they needed. But again, 5-4 the final score. Webb the win, Rodon the loss. Ryan Walker gets the save for San Francisco. Thanks for making Locked On Yankees your first listen today. For your second listen, check out the all-new Locked On MLB Game Night. Every game, every night, all season long. Get local analysis on a national scale. Find MLB Game Night on Locked On MLB on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. Also want to mention our partners in crime. That's Stacey Gotsulias and Brian McKeon. They handle all the stuff at Locked On Yankees. So please follow, subscribe, and enjoy. They really are the best. All right, 5-4 the final score. Again, Carlos Rodon at the heart of it. 5 2/3, 4 earned, 2 home runs to Jung Hoo Lee, who drives in 4, a solo shot and a 3-run shot. And believe it or not, he tore up the Yankees in this series. He has 3 home runs this year, all 3 in this series. As we said, Kansas City now on the docket, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Carrasco, Fried, and Schmidt for the Yanks, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, respectively. And yes, we'll be with you immediately following every game. All right, again, 5-4 the final score. Up next, the Kansas City Royals. See you then.